On this episode of Beer, Blues, and BS, yes, me, Mark Kidder, in the primary pilot seat, ready to go. What will happen? We don't know. Howard is flying under the radar, flying under the feel goods. We'll see what happens because got some great guests lined up, as we always do. As Howard says, you're in a good place. Welcome to the show.
It's Howard Blues and the Mark Kidder. Pour cold beverage, pull pussies, enjoy time with friends.
Triple B! Well, the Triple B sucks. Okay? Come on.
Whatever, man. This is Beer, Blues, and BS. Online at beerbluesbs.com.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Beer, Blues, and BS. I am one of your hosts, Mark Kidder. Thanks for joining us for this and every episode of Beer, Blues, and BS. Here, not always, with my co-host, Howard Blues, because he is a bit under the weather. He has not had a shot of whiskey, and he has not taken a zinc this week. And so, therefore, he is still under that cloud and out of action. But don't you worry, because a great show is straight ahead of us, as always. I am joined tonight so far by three of number one, not only on the jersey, but also in your hearts of your co-hosts of the Triple B. I am joined by, going around the horn, the Triple B Brewmaster, Local Geek. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, guys. How's it going?
A lot better now, and it's going to get even better here in just a minute when we get to sip something tasty or scary, depending on what we go with momentarily. Also, next, also on the list, it is straight from the southern set of the Triple B. It is Rudeboy himself, Rudeboy Kyle. Welcome, Kyle. How you doing?
Hi, gentlemen. It's beautiful evening here in Iowa, and looking forward to a tasty beverage with you guys.
We are going to have ourselves some good times. Good times. And heading out west, he is living in the past right now because it's 2 hours behind there. It is the man who can explain the physical and physiological theories behind all of that, and probably more. It's Doc. Welcome.
Yeah, you think you severely misunderstand my expertise, but I'll go with it. And I was going to say I'm a little concerned when you say that you might be drinking something scary, but then I realized I have been there as well. So, but not tonight. Not tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely plausible. We're not quite sure, and we're not quite sure who else will get here because we got some time ahead of us in this here episode of the Triple B. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, drop your comments below. We want to hear from you in this show, whether you're watching this or listening through the various podcast services. So now it is time for everybody's favorite time on tap. And it's what's on tap. That is what's on tap. So let's start. First to last. Last to first, doesn't matter. We're all the same in this show. Local Geek, what are you brewing up tonight?
Well, I brought one of these abominations from JS, hoping he was going to be here. So I guess I have a question for you guys. Should I go ahead and have the scary drink, or should I go with the other one that I pulled out just in case he's not here?
I'd say roll the dice and see if he shows up later.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that then. It's the Beast Hard Monster Energy Drink, 6% alcohol. It's peach perfect. The Monster Energy has turned 21. We figured why not celebrate the big day by making an adult beverage. We hit delete on the energy blend and cut out the caffeine. Oh good, this isn't going to keep me up all night. Next, we brewed up the smoothest tasting alcohol ever and blended it with our tried and true flavors. The Beast is unleashed. Great taste, 6.0%. Alcohol with a smooth flavor that won't weigh you down. Get ready to celebrate and don't be afraid of the big bad beast. Cheers.
So it's Monster, not grain alcohol?
minus the caffeine and add in alcohol. It's a malt beverage, it says. So.
Oh, there we go. I don't know how they can make that smooth, but cheers.
It's not terrible. It's actually really peachy, and it doesn't taste like alcohol at all. I would probably drink more of these. Give it.
Maybe they got the hint from the last time they tried making monster beverages.
Maybe. Give it like a 3.8.
Seen them in the store, but I've not been willing to chance it. So we'll see. Maybe I'll pick one up.
The peach one, I would definitely say if you like peach.
Kind of like a peach Bellini.
I really wish did they have a cherry one though? Because cherries are the best.
I don't remember. There was 2 more of these packaged. So,
Well, since Rude Boy is sampling something, let's go right on over to him down the Des Moines ways and see what he's got going on.
That's my supplementary beverage, but my feature beverage for the show is the Aldi Special, the Wernesgrüner Legendary Pilsner. And I've had these before. I don't know if they've been on the show or not, but
I don't recall putting them into the spreadsheet because that's when I would have had to look up how to spell.
16-ounce beer, 500 milliliters or 1.9 fluid ounces, 4.9% alcohol by volume. But yeah, it says brewing tradition since 1436, brewed according to the German purity law. These bad boys, they sell them in a 4-pack at Aldi for $6. Steal of a deal for a quality beer. I will tell you that. So, I'll have to forgive my senses and my congestion illness that I have because I can't smell much right now. But
Should take a shot of whiskey.
ooh, does that go down smooth? I believe it's a similar to the Warsteiner German Pilsner beer, if you've ever had that or familiar with it. But the Wernesgrüner Pilsner Legende, I'll give that a 4.2 because it's clean, it's smooth, it's authentic to the German taste, and it doesn't set you back a whole lot of dollars and cents to get a 4-pack of those. So if you got an Aldi in your area, pick up a 4-pack. They're not chilled in store, so I'll throw them in your fridge. Grab them around lunchtime. We'll be ready by dinner time, and we're just right. I'm a big fan.
Don't forget about it.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm a big fan of German Pilsners, and yeah, there's a lot of people that I've read reviews online. They say that's one of the best they can get in the area. So it's highly recommended and won't break the bank.
You can't really go wrong with a Pilsner.
Yeah, crisp, clean. I'd say it goes great with any time of year, any kind of meal, fish, meat, chicken.
I like the separation between meat and chicken. Yes. Very good.
Or even if you're a vegetarian, and it's it's a green and gold can with the red wax stamp logo. It's not a wax on there, but yeah, it comes in
Wax
a 4-pack.
on, wax off.
But yeah, it hits a spot for $6, and you get 4 of them. So $1.50 for a 16-ounce can. I like it.
Wonderful. Straight out west of Doc, home of the IPAs.
It's not what I'm starting with tonight, though. I'm actually starting with wine. So we opened a bottle for a dinner party last night. Didn't finish all of it, so it falls on me to finish it.
You don't want it to go bad.
Exactly. So this is Novelty Hill Syrah, Columbia Valley 2022. Novelty Hill is a local winery here, Woodinville, Washington, which is just one suburb over from where I'm at. But they have a nice little space for their tasting room. I've been to a couple weddings there. And I really do enjoy. I think every wine I've had from them is just absolutely amazing. So
Nice. That's all that we've had a regular wine on the show. Oh no. Weed.
And for those of us that don't know what
Mead falls into the category. But
how would you describe it, as a white or a red or sweet?
it's a red. It's a rich red. It's not smoky, which is one of the reasons I really like it. I don't really like the reds that get too smoky. It's very smooth, and generally when they're made, and this one does too, there's usually like sort of like hint overtones of like berry in it. It's a really, I feel like, complex and smooth wine. And there's actually a lot of really good Syrahs out of Washington. Washington makes really good Syrahs.
So that'll be the next 5 to 10 minutes, and then that'll be good. So we'll come back to you for round 2.
I mean, there's a good amount still in the glass. Well, let's see.
I like how it was keying out, so we actually couldn't see. Oh, the glass is already empty. Okay.
My wine glass is up to here.
Very good. Well, Local Geek, I happen to also receive the Beast Getting Loose. I do not have.
I saw you checking those. Were you making sure there wasn't a cherry one?
I was seeing if there was a peach one, so then Local Geek and I could match. The other ones I have are the white one and the berry one. This one, I figured I'd start out with the OG straight up mean green Beast, 6% also in this, containing alcohol. Feast on the Beast, not feed, Feast on the Beast. And then monsterbrewing.com. So I'm pretty sure it's the exact same thing on the back here as what the Local Geek had. It is a malt beverage with natural flavors, artificial colors. What? Green isn't natural? Artificial sweetener, brewed and canned by Monster Brewing in Longmont, Colorado. 2024 is 12 fluid ounces in this, with the government's warning of drinking concoctions like this.
No extra energy, though, so.
And it smells like a regular green Monster, just straight up OG. I say because it actually resembles the regular Monster a lot.
Can you tell it has alcohol in it, though?
It does still taste like
for an original.
At the end of it, you get more of that malt beverage taste than the regret of drinking a regular Monster. But this one's kind of combined with both.
So at least this you get some alcohol with your regret, which will probably cause more regret. So
potentially, yeah. We'll see when I get closer to the end of how bad I'm starting to feel. But I mean, I'll give them a 3 for effort, because this is probably one of the best conglomeration malt beverages that I have had, in terms of like the Sunny D's, the ones you've had.
I would agree with that. Like, I was fully expecting this to be like the Sunny D's, where it was just terrible, and this is something I would actually buy.
Yeah, I can actually drink it. Kind of amazing.
That's good to hear some fairly high marks from you guys. I might have to go sniffing around and see where it's at.
So this is nothing like those nasty Mountain Dew ones that we picked up.
Yeah.
Those were horrendous. This, again, you can actually drink it. Tastes pretty much just like the green Monster. I don't know about the other ones if they taste like what they're supposed to, but we'll find out at one point. Stay tuned for more.
Yeah, those Mountain Dew ones were a poor effort.
We could have poured them out, but I don't know. Could we have classified that as alcohol abuse? I mean, there's alcohol content, but is it worth drinking? Probably not.
Well, if it gets a different job done, like cleaning your drains or whatever,
Yeah, it might take the chrome off of the stainless steel. I don't know. Anyway, with Howard not being here, happy Wrestlemania weekend, everybody. For those who celebrate. We're non-wrestling denomination around here. If you like AEW or NWA or Impact. Yes. We support them too. So congratulations on making it through the year to the best holiday out of the calendar year. Just odd that it happens to coincide with Easter weekend this year. It's very, very bizarre to me why it's on Easter for half of the show. Because, you know, we do 2 nights now. Saturday and Sunday.
not a fan of
I don't know,
it.
I'd rather sit through 8 hours of it than do 2 nights. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a hard ask to especially on the Easter weekend to, like, if you're a wrestling fan, you're like, sorry guys, I gotta go spend, what do they have, about 6 hours of programming planned for each night?
Probably, I mean, technically even more. They'll start at 7 and probably run it until 11, so usually 4 hours a night. But they do like a pre-show at a kickoff, and then of course they tie in Raw and SmackDown and the days before and after, plus there's an NXT show, so there's a lot of content that isn't specifically WrestleMania. However, there's still quite a bit going on, and I get it. They're spreading it out. They're making a lot more money than what they used to make when I went to WrestleMania 11 years ago already. But at the same time, sitting here watching it, I'm like, man, let's just do this 8 hours and make it a Saturday night. Done.
Yeah, I agree. Because
it's also
it's a little easier to excuse sleeping in slightly late on Easter Sunday than it is, like, even if they did if they considered like a Friday Saturday combo, like what are they going up against?
Friday night SmackDown, and then they do the Hall of Fame induction ceremony after. So SmackDown is going on right now until 10 o'clock because they expanded SmackDown to 3 hours after Raw went to Netflix because that's necessary. And then the Hall of Fame induction ceremony will start at about 10:30 or 11 tonight, and that'll probably be 2.5 plus hours. So no, I won't be watching it, and I don't have it up here. But in case you're curious,
usually done a Friday, Saturday, Sunday combo where they do SmackDown, do the Hall of Fame ceremony like tomorrow afternoon, make it an hour and a half, and then make it a Sunday thing.
That's how it used to be.
Now,
yep. Because the Hall of Fame would be like 7 o'clock on Saturday night after the NXT pay-per-view, but not anymore.
Greedy folks.
And if you are in fact interested in going to WrestleMania, tickets are still on sale. Nosebleed up in the 400s are starting at $624 for the 2 nights, so you can do that. Or if you want ringside in the, and I say ringside as in on the floor in the second to last row, they are $4,000 per ticket.
So $1 a minute all the way up to $7 a minute.
Although now that I filtered it to just one ticket, let me get to the best seats. Okay, section F6. Where is that? Where is that?
F
Is
and
this
chat
one?
for your
Okay, F6. All right.
just
So
finance it.
from these seats, you would be looking at the Titantron and the entrance ramp. For this one seat on the floor, row 12, seat 26, for both nights, $10,000. $10,000. And then those other seats down there in the F4 section are going for about $4,000 to $4,100 per ticket. But there's still enough seats available so all of us could go, but we'd be sitting in different areas of the arena. So we could all do this and then just have a 365-degree view of the event. Best camera angles in the house. So,
in section 490, what do you see?
yeah. A bunch of dots moving around the little white square.
I do actually have some opera glasses.
This would be great. He's sitting up there all, yes. This is marvelous entertainment. I say.
The most smug wrestling viewer ever.
Now I've had season tickets to the opera here with a friend of ours for several years, and the second one that we went to, she had found a really good deal on opera glasses, so she bought both of us a pair. We only used them that one show because they're really actually more annoying than anything, but I have them. They're on the shelf.
That reminds me of the short cuts that they had in the original Symphony and Metallica from the San Francisco Orchestra, where they did the show and the crowd was mostly Metallica fans, but there were some people there that were the season ticket holders to San Francisco Symphony and Orchestra, and they're just like, what is this? It was funny and interesting to see that they scoffed at the magnificent sound that they're being presented with, but
Probably go over better now. I mean, I know like at least our symphony here, they're doing all kinds of things like that all the time now, with like bringing in artists that you wouldn't normally associate with symphony, or like doing the scores for popular movies, and they play the movie at the same time, and it's like Marvel movies. It's not like your high brow symphony stuff. So I feel like more and more like the Metropolitan Symphonies are stepping out of the classical sphere more. So I'm sure if they were to do something like that now, maybe they wouldn't have people as curmudgeonly, but there's always, that
was a while
curmudgeon in every group. That's why Kidder's here. So,
Well, yeah, it's they've gotten smart, and they realize that they have to try and pack the house every night that they're open. So
yeah,
we'll see how it goes. I have to be honest. There's really one match I'm interested this year. I fast forward through most of Raw and SmackDown. And it's even worse for the AEW shows. I fast forward through almost all of that. My level of time and caring has significantly decreased.
So out of the two nights, which one match should we be keyed in on?
Well, it'll be CM Punk versus Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. And it's the main event for Saturday night. So depending on how good or bad Sunday is, I might go to bed early because I got to work Monday morning. So, we'll watch it live later. Recorded. I don't know. Otherwise, I thought I had some stuff that I wanted to talk about, and then forgot about it. So it's good. It's good. Great show.
I've got one music topic for you. I'm sure you heard about the Weezer. I think it was the bassist's wife had a law enforcement encounter.
Oh, she sure did.
What's with the homies dissing his girl?
Yep. I mean, you play stupid games and you win stupid prizes.
Pretty much.
free trip to the hospital and to jail. 2 for 1. You didn't even have to pass go. Speaking of jail, Wes Scantlin, when this airs, it's like 2 months ago, was arrested again on a bunch of charges. And then the funny thing is,
you get a jail-free card.
I don't think is free, because as one of his songs from Puddle of Mud a few years ago, if you remember this, is called "Uh-Oh, I f***ed it up again." That's the song basically, and that's kind of the story of his life and ending up in jail again. So sorry about the F word, Howard, but. The reason I bring that up is because jail and him is kind of synonymous at this point, but he's got a brand new song out with Puddle of Mud. So sometime in jail, he must have been sitting there scribing in the corner on the metal stool,
He had a lot of time on his hands.
He effed it up again.
Wrong band.
Speaking of jail. Why did the picture get sent to jail?
Because it was framed.
Because it was framed. Howard's not here, so you gotta bring in the dad jokes.
Damn.
What do you call a jail for writers?
The writer's block.
That's a good one. I was gonna say a sentence structure.
They got sentenced. Local Geek, I was waiting for you to throw up a dad joke there. Figured you had one just ready to go because you're all excited. Got the dad jokes.
I got the book here. I can quick find you one.
No.
Gosh, I had an awesome one the other night, and I forgot to write it down. Oh gosh, what was it?
Why did the beer go to therapy? Because it had so many issues brewing inside.
Probably an IPA.
How do you make a waterbed more bouncy? You add spring water.
Nice. I tried to make a beer joke the other day, but it just fell flat.
They finally figured out why the chicken crossed the road. He gave an interview and he explained it.
Oh,
Oz!
damn.
And ladies and gentlemen, kicking in the door straight from the lair of Jimi Hendrix, it is one Triple B armor himself, JS Gunslinger, with the headset and all, and the inversion table, it looks like, with a TV that you could probably rotate upside down and watch while you're inverted. Welcome to the show.
Good to be here, gentlemen. Yeah, I had to move from my normal spot in the basement because my chairs and stands and everything disappeared. So Jimmy must have moved him somewhere. So we're going to a different location. But the lighting is better here.
Yeah, looking good.
Nice. Looking sharp.
I do have to throw out one more joke before we move on. How do you track Will Smith in the snow?
You look for the Fresh Prince.
You follow the Fresh Prince. Yes.
Getting jiggy with it.
JS, I'm glad you joined us because I took the liberty of cracking one of these open early in the night. And then I read the label on it, and they actually took all the caffeine out of it, so it wouldn't have been a concern.
Oh,
but it is delicious. I would go out and buy these.
Had I known that, I would. I guess I could run up and grab one. I guess I brought other stuff down with me. I thought they still had the caffeine in them.
He looked like he had the face that he's like, I tried to poison you guys, and I
were foiled.
I am very disappointed that they weren't terrible, but at the same time, I'm glad you like them.
Well, like is a stretch, but
this peach one is delicious. I like it.
It's
right.
It's okay. So he likes it.
Well, but you're not trying the peach one. You're trying a different one. So.
Yeah, I am trying the OG version of it.
Yeah.
It could be worse.
When I saw those, I had vivid memories of the Juiced episode and was hoping it would be as good, but
yeah.
Collective agreement is they're solidly better than the Mountain Dew varieties that they've released. So
honestly, I think the Juiced might be better than the Mountain Dews.
Yeah.
Rudeboy, did you update your camera? Because you're not in Nokia Vision anymore.
Me?
Yeah.
Says the guy who was.
Oh, I appreciate seeing you more than one frame per 3 hours. So that's good upgrade too. So.
Well, see, I'm on my home Wi-Fi here now, so and there's not 12 people in this call.
I'll do my best impression from the last time I saw you, and it was.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was locked on that frame, and then I alt-tabbed to a different screen, and I came back, and it just had the filler screen. I was like, "Man,
I gotcha."
I should have waited the next."
There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. He's got it.
Perfect.
I mean, you were chugging that thing for like a good 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It was a big beer.
It was like the bottomless beer.
Right.
More so nursing it, I think.
But you
I
couldn't
was just
see.
amazed that Google held onto it so that long.
There was a hose going in the backside that you couldn't see that was hooked up to a funnel. So
That sounds about right.
yeah,
True professional right there.
since I probably missed the thing, I'm gonna jump in and throw in what
As
I've
you
got.
What is it?
So, a certain somebody dropped off a present that came from Ireland and might have a statue of or a picture of a guy in a robe on it. It is. I didn't bring the bottle downstairs, but it is a Glendalough Irish whiskey. I'm not sure if it's the 12-year or what it is, but it is absolutely delicious. There you go. Get her. I'll read it.
I think I got you the double barrel, but this is a good look of the other version of the pot still with the shiny little concoction that it comes in. But yes, that one. I think that I got you the double barrel.
Okay. Yeah, so I have 3 shots in here. I've got 3 ounces of Glendalough. There is a half ounce of simple, 2 ice cubes, 2 dashes of Angostura bitters. I didn't have any orange, so I did 2 dashes of orange bitters. And then, because I like them, cherries.
You son of a. I was waiting for. He's going 1 shot, 2 shot. What? 3 shot. What? 5 shot. What? And then suddenly 7 shots in the night.
Nice. This
wrestling and a music joke.
This Glendalough is super smooth. Usually, like when I make an old fashioned, I'll do like 2-to-1 for simple, or sometimes even 3-to-1. This stuff 3-to-1 is no problem, and I actually went less. I did 3 shots and then a half ounce versus 3 shots and a full ounce. And even then, I almost think I have too much simple in it because this stuff is super smooth. I really like this stuff.
But where's the cherry? Where is the cherry?
She's floating on top.
Nice.
Or on the bottom.
Right there.
Oh, here she is.
Nice.
Got a cherry.
Here,
Got a
cherry.
floater. Got a floater.
It's the cherry is hidden behind the coolest glass I have found in a long time. In our last trip across the United States, I came across something and I had to acquire it because it's cool as hell.
KGB.
Yep. That is the Russian KGB logo, and as far as I can tell, this thing is legit. Actually came from Russia. It's super cool.
Come try it. Want their glass back.
We're
did
all
not see
savoring in the deliciousness.
Yes, I'm not gonna lie. It's really, really good. This whiskey is super smooth. I had one last night. I saved the Glendalough for the show, but I made a rye last night. I've also got a bottle of Templeton rye and a bottle of Jameson triple. So I did 2 ounces of rye and 1 ounce of triple with the same rest of the mix with a half ounce of simple, couple cherries, 2 shots of Angostura, 2 shots of orange, and the 2 ice cubes. And this is by far better. I mean, the one last night was good, don't get me wrong, but this is way better.
Happy to help.
Yeah. I greatly appreciate the present. It was worth the couple hours of work.
A couple hours of stupidity. That's what it was. Let's be honest.
Somebody didn't have enough flashing lights, so he needed more.
Somebody couldn't do what needed to be done.
You could have. You could have. I have faith in you. You could have got it done.
You know how long it would have taken me to do the first part of that?
Well, see, there's a reason that I bring you videos to edit and you bring me flashing lights to install.
Weird projects. Yeah.
So my wine glass is now empty.
Do you
So are we on table 5 yet?
fill the bottle? Like just
No,
dump the bottle in, or are you just taking shots?
That was it. The bottle's gone. I was just finishing up what was left.
I knew it would be done quick.
That wasn't quick by any means.
I guess it's been fun.
But I am ready for thing.
Okay.
I too am ready for round 2. So
Wunderbar! That means
round 2.
it is time right now, this very second time, for everybody's second favorite segment of the show, and that is What's on Tap? Round 2. Drink. So, since the doc is very thirsty over there and clearly missing the rest of his bottle, and he's holding up something blue and pink, go first, please.
So this is the Flying Embers Margarita Cocktail-inspired drink. Strawberry guava made with real fruit juice, 10% alcohol by volume. Nothing artificial, no sugar added. Fermented alcoholic beverage. It actually says on the back it contains 24% juice, so healthy. It also says it does not contain distilled spirits. It is a non-malt beverage. Flying Embers was born in Ojai, California during a massive wildfire that threatened our homes and brewery. A single ember could have been the end, but for us, it was just the beginning. So it's brewed in San Diego, California, and they give 1% of all of their profits to first responders. So.
Very good. Very good.
That's pretty good. It's good. It's I can see why they say it's like margarita inspired, because I would say it's not what I would expect for a margarita, but I definitely get the strawberry, the guava, smooth, just the right balance of sweetness. I'd probably give it like a 4.5 out of 5. It's actually pretty good.
nice.
So is it?
And for 10% alcohol by volume, I don't even really taste alcohol. So that in that way, it's dangerous. But
So is it vodka or tequila?
I think it said there was no spirits added to it.
it says that it's from fermented cane sugar and agave nectar. So
What the hell does that mean?
A combination of rum and tequila.
There you go.
monk fruit extract. No added
What I-
sugar. We're good. Yeah.
What I grabbed here for round 2 is, I think it's my last one from the Bismarck Distillery batch I was given. It's the berry lemon fruit punch.
No, I was hoping for another tractor beer.
No, thankfully those are gone.
That's the brewery, not the distillery.
And the brewery has
There's a
shut
reason
down.
the brewery's on.
That's not bad. It's not as good as the Peach Monster, but it's not bad. I'll give it. Let's go a 2.5.
I'm gonna have to throw out a 4.8 on this Glendalough. It is just about perfect. So
It's a good rating.
I got to recreate that recipe.
it's a good whiskey.
Well, not as fancy as JS's, but what I've got is some Tito's and Arizona Southern Brewed iced tea, sweet tea.
Yes.
So,
And I will venture that is, in fact, I would say with certainty that's better than the spiked drinks that Arizona sells, because I've tried them all and they're all nasty. In fact, I've tried them all on this show and they're all nasty. So
yeah, that's kind of my sentiment too. But even though I haven't featured them on the show, if you think that a solid drink company, I mean, especially like Arizona iced tea, I mean, you can get that at the dollar store for $1, and this is 1 liter right here for just over $1. That with a splash of vodka goes down nice.
I've
Give
never
it a 3.7.
I've never tried the sweet tea with vodka in it. I usually add brandy to my tea when I make it, but I'll make a hot tea and then add brandy to it.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do the regular. I'll do the Arizona, just the regular tea, not the sweet tea, but with a squeeze of lemon with the vodka is also very delicious too.
All right.
If
Good
they
to
make lemon tea, or yeah, it's the spot.
Is Brandy still a fine girl?
So for next episode, maybe have to be in 2 weeks. I have a unopened bottle of fancy brandy upstairs that I want to try, but I don't think I need to dip that much into the hard spirits. I need to be productive tomorrow, so
Sure. I hear you. We could make it a good one. Keep on doing the thing. We'll say we got like a 10-minute warning for tonight's show.
all right.
So, what kind of fun things should we talk about in the remaining minutes and fleeting seconds of the show?
Mark, what do you think of the Colorado Avalanche and the Dallas Stars matchup in the first round of the NHL Playoffs?
Yes.
3C versus 2C.
I mean, I think it's going to be quite a close series, and hoping that Avs in 6 or less games.
Sure.
Got
Game 6 is
Matt.
in Colorado, so
Got Matt Duchene on the Stars lineup, and so
unfortunately, even though they're
there's
both in the Mountain and the Central Time Zone, they have a 7:30, 8:30, 8:30, and 8:30 start for the first 4 games. Central Time Zone, that is. So we'll be burning the midnight oil and watch the Avs.
I'm hoping for the best. That's all we can do.
As much as I would love to partake in the sports ball or the sports puck, I should say, I will probably be fixing something.
That is so you.
Yeah, I don't mind watching hockey, but there's things to be fixed now. So especially in light of recent events. So,
Yeah, I mean, you gotta figure out some way of putting a drywall on top of that TV.
Yeah, see, this is the corner of the basement I haven't finished yet. So this was supposed to be my winter project, but my winter project never happened. So I need to get on this too. But it's summer now, so outdoor activities. Maybe when it's raining and thunderstorming and crappy out, I'll do some work down here. But right now, I'm trying to deal with the aftermath of a grass fire. So trying to get that all taken care of. Yeah, our tree pile, I burned it February 15th, and 2 weeks ago now, I had a church council meeting, so I was in town, and luckily we had the guys from the shooting group out here, and the wind just happened to be just right, reignited that pit and pushed it up the berm, and burned about 5 acres of my pasture, lost about 110 bales, lost all my hay, but thankfully we got it out before it got to the house, so I can fix some fence and deal with some burnt grass, but
the homestead's doing okay. Yeah, it's hopefully something that you get bigger and better profits next year.
Yeah. It was just, I mean, it was kind of a freak thing because it had been completely out for 2 months, and then the wind just happened. There must have been a coal bed down underneath it, and there was, because the next day after I got everything out, I went and dug the pit up good, and I mean I was down about a foot into the bottom of the pit, and I was still getting coal bed and heat coming out of the thing. So it had found somewhere to smolder in there for the last couple months, and wasn't. Yeah. So, even with the snow and the rain and everything else that we got, it still managed to come back. So, but it, the only thing that really burned was my hay, which sucks because, I was hoping to keep the horses in the corral for a little bit longer rather than turning them out to pasture and with dead grass, but they'll survive. But in order to get it out, we had to make a pretty good sized fire break with a heavy disc. So I got a lot of torn up dirt that I gotta try and get back into normal, because he pretty much put the disc down and put it in road gear and just went to town with it. And that's what he had to do. So, but we made it work.
Be able to repurpose that dirt for something for this year, or is it kind of a loss and written off for next year? Well,
it's right along my fence line and in some of the stuff that we don't put the horses in. We don't necessarily hay it. It's kind of the in between of the fence line and where we've got a bunch of stuff stored and where the tree pile is and, stuff like that. So it isn't really anything I can really make use of. The problem is once you disturb dirt up here, everything is sand. And once you disturb it, it just grows back as Russian thistles and sandburrs. So tomorrow I gotta try and, you got the race car going. The boys are working on the race car in the garage, so he just fired it up. But
Jimi Hendrix is about to leave the building.
Yes. But I've been helping him with that for the last couple of days, getting that going and whatnot. So, but anyway, so tomorrow I got to put hydraulic cylinders back on the tractor because I busted both of them for the loader when I was moving bales that were on fire. So I was trying to break up some of the hay to get it to burn down, and I had the forks tipped down and dropped the front tires in a hole, and the forks hit and busted both cylinders off. So $1,000 later, I got cylinders back, and so tomorrow
it was a project with you.
Yeah,
I
it
was
never
crushed.
happens. But so tomorrow I'll put cylinders back on, and I'll hook the small disc up to it and fill everything up, and then take the harrow and go over everything with the harrow and really try and work it in, at least get it smooth again. I might try something different. Instead of doing grass, I might do like a perennial wildflower mix and just try and just spread a crap ton of wildflowers in there. See what happens,
Sure.
So since we're missing Howard tonight, I did just ask ChatGPT what are some controversial topics to discuss on the Beers, Blue, and some BS podcast. Number one,
faking the moon red.
Number one was, are IPAs overrated?
Yeah.
I feel like that's not even a discussion topic here.
Yeah.
But then the second one was, has beer gone bougie?
Yes.
I think so. It's definitely a lot different than even 15 years ago.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it feels like if you're drinking something mainstream, you're kind of the minority. It almost feels like you're not drinking some two-handed, just like there's multiple hops in it, and it was like, oh, you're not drinking the local so-and-so's 8 different hop variety that's dry hopped and wet hopped and re-hopped, and it's kind of like, well, I don't have the cash to spend $20 on a 4-pack of 16-ounce cans when I can enjoy something that's a little more affordable.
It's not so honestly though, it's not even just beer. Last week we have this little like regional market, like regional, it's like a regional chain of supermarkets, like market down the street from our house. And I was in there, and in their alcohol section, they often do like wine tastings and stuff. So I saw a little table and I was like, oh, they're doing a tasting. So I walked up and the lady was like, oh, we have our craft beverages. Do you want to try all 3 of them? And I was like, I absolutely want to try all 3 of them. So she poured them. And then she said, oh, they're non-alcoholic. And I was like, well, then what's the point? So I tried them and they were not that great. Like it was flavors that shouldn't go together, but I might be willing to tolerate them if there was alcohol in them. And then she's like, oh, let me show you where you can buy them. So she took me down the aisle, and a pack of 4 9-ounce cans, $18. And not even alcohol in it. I was like, what? No, just stop. Like, you need to stop this and just go find something else to do with your life. Because like this is like the one was like ginger honey maple. Like why were you even like, I could accept that if there was alcohol in it and like it blended together, but I was like, I'm not just gonna drink that on its own. Like it was
I appreciate the company's efforts to make NA drinks for those of us that we feel like not partaking in the alcoholic adventures or consequences of those, but when you price them at or above,
it was more expensive. Yeah, more expensive than the alcohol that was right next to it.
Of what you get, because like you can buy a bottle of NA like a gin and tonic type mixer, and you pour that over ice, and it is the same exact price, if not more expensive than. It's like, well, if it costs you that much and you're trying to market to people that aren't wanting to drink alcohol, at least make it a smidge more affordable.
I will say though, my favorite part of that experience in the store is as I was walking away from the table, there were these 4 like young adult women. I'm guessing they were probably late teens, but they were like chatting. They're like, oh, you should go over there. Oh, should we like, oh, they won't check IDs. Like, it'll be fine. We'll just walk up there. And as I was walking away, I was like, joke's on you because it's not alcoholic.
Yeah.
But normally that table is where they're, because I've been in there many times. They do wine tastings at that table all the time. So I walked up there like, sure, I'll try these. And she was like, oh, they're like, because then she said, oh, our craft drinks. I was like, ooh, craft. Oh, and then she was like, non-alcoholic. I was like, no. And then $18 for 4 9-ounce cans. No.
So was it like a carbonated spritzer or?
Yeah, they were with weird flavor combinations, and that the one I remember is the honey maple ginger. But they were all weird. They were all triple flavor, and they were all very odd things that shouldn't go together. But they're craft beverages made in small batches, and I was like, yeah, they should be made in small batches.
Yeah, well,
So like honey maple ginger, if it wasn't like a TV static spritzer, could go good with a decent.
It was
whiskey.
very maple. All I tasted was maple.
Yeah, so like that could go good with a decent whiskey. You know, whether you do like a bourbon or whether you do like a traditional like Kentucky whiskey, something like that. But or even like a Canadian, it could go good. But if they,
but are you going to pay almost $5 for a 9-ounce can for a mixer?
Well, if it complements the drink right, yes. However, once you mix the spritzer and the TV static in it, it loses all ability to be a mixer at all.
Right.
Because there's no way to overcome the TV static unless you're going to mix in, something like a light spirit, like a vodka or, something of that nature. And then at that point, yeah.
Well, that reminds me of like my mom told me a story back in the day of how they invented the original spritzers, of where they'd find this quality bottle of wine, but they hosted football parties. They'd watch the Bears, and it'd be something where they'd find a decent bottle of wine, but they'd throw a splash of 7-Up or Sprite on top of it, and it complemented the wine to the point where you make the wine last that much longer, but it's like you just taking wine in a mixer and you're just doing it. So it's something that it's almost like another revolution of taking two different things, but they're putting them together and calling it small batch. And they're like, oh, we're just going to charge small brewery prices, and we're gonna take the what we'd sell it, even if they were to have alcohol in it. I wouldn't buy that for $18.
No, well, and it was honestly like, because right next to it was like all of the like craft alcohol, like craft brew alcohol. They were less expensive. I was like, you're really charging this much? Okay, all right, no, thank you. Like,
somebody's got to pay for the propane to boil that off.
Now you could, I guess you could add vodka to that, and could almost make yourself a mule out of it, out of that honey ginger one. It might make an interesting twist on a mule, but it's hard to say. You need that ginger bite for the mule in order to make a good mule. But
just do the Randy Martin and just say, I'm going to have 4 full glasses of wine, and it's called tasting.
Yes.
It's called tasting, Sharon. And it's
I have a friend who actually has that sign, who was like, I'm not drinking 6 glasses of wine. It's called a tasting, and it's classy.
Yes.
And it's even better if it comes from the box.
Oh, no.
Get the adventures of the jug of sangria.
Yes.
Oh, the jug of sangria.
Yep.
That lasted a long time, did it not?
I mean, longer than it needed to, but
I feel like every time I go over to your apartment, you're like, the jug is up there. Do you want some? And I'm like, how long has that been there?
Yep. When Kidder told that story, I distinctly remembered having the same jug.
Yeah. Oh, it was a common thing. Like,
I have never had it since college, and I don't know if I want to, but I also had the jug.
I think I remember we went into Happy Harry's, and they had like a really good sale on it one time. And so you were like, I'm going to buy it. And then it was like, oh my gosh, it lasts forever. Why does it never run out?
I also remembered because it was sangria, and I'm like, oh, berries. Yes, I like berries, and it's alcohol. Great. And it was $8 for the jug.
Yep.
That
Yep.
should have been my second clue.
Well, hey, $8 was expensive in that day because
Yeah.
we were
Especially
broke
for a college student.
We were
Come on.
broke college students, so it was either jug sangria or natty ice. So
Or going to Boston's on crappy beer night for 50-cent
yes.
cans.
I don't remember if I got my jug at Happy Harry's or if I got it at the liquor store at the end of University. I don't remember the name of it anymore. Like
Happy
32
Harry's?
years. No, the one at the end of University by it used to be like the 10 Below or 5 Below or something like that. It had a weird name. But there's a liquor store down there, kind of where the new Red Pepper is.
I mean, Doc was there all the time. That was the Down Under.
In that same complex where like the Down Under was and everything.
It might have been where the Down Under was.
I don't remember the name of that liquor store. I know that liquor store, but I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, it was kind of a hole, but it was.
Yeah, I mean, it was there in a pinch. It was there in a pinch. I remember like one time I was stuck working in Grand Forks over the holidays, and I was like, "Damn it, it's New Year's Eve. I'm drinking something," and I walked there and got that because it was the nearest place.
Yeah,
so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there was a lot of Ice Hole and 99 Banana.
Yes. Oh yeah, it was all the cheap.
Yes.
I mean, they knew who they were marketing to because like right to the north was all of those apartments that were all college students.
Yep.
They knew their audience. They knew their audience.
Yep.
Like they didn't carry the expensive stuff because they were never going to sell the expensive stuff. So
Exactly. Yep.
Maybe at graduation time, they'd get 2 bottles of something expensive in.
right, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for that random parent who pulls in on their way over to their kid's apartment, but otherwise, yeah.
Yep. And I don't remember if I got it there or if I got it at Happy Harry's. I don't know. It depends on how well they checked IDs and which semester it was.
I got the jug from Happy Harry's. Just.
I remember you got it from Happy Harry's. I
was
was with you. We were like, "Oh, this is like a really good idea," and then it's like, "Wait, what?"
just like
wasn't
the
too far away.
table 7 blueberry beer.
I used to work security for the sororities. I think it was at the Down Under, and when they'd have their sorority parties there, just down the street from that place. Yeah, it was interesting.
Always good times.
Yep.
Well, gentlemen, we have come to the time of the show where we got to wrap these things up. And so to do that, first, a little quick round of cheap plugs. So beerbluesbs.com, it's a website, beerbluesbs.com. Join us there and hang out and have fun. You can also support us by buying stuff or just giving us your money at streamlabs.com/beerbluesbs. It's also in the show notes, so please click it and click it often. Buy some pint glasses or t-shirts or signs or shower curtains. Or if you don't want that, just subscribe for however much you want to donate per month. Because as little as $1 per month can help quench the thirst of a parched podcast host, and we would appreciate that.
You
Otherwise,
want Big D's face right on the front of your man thong.
we
You can have it.
unfortunately don't have any of those available in the store. I just don't think they make them.
For special request, I'm sure they would.
Potentially.
There's someone out there.
All right, I'll stop interrupting.
Oh, no, you're fine. Now you get to subscribe and like us and share the stuff on Facebook and Instagram at Beer Blues BS. So please help us, join us, and like the stuff. We're also on all of the audio services and, of course, on YouTube. So please subscribe, even if you have, let's say, Pandora and you have Spotify. Subscribe to the show on both platforms. It is free, and it helps us conquer the algorithm. So, having said all of those things, video versions on YouTube, let's go around the horn. Final thoughts. And joining in the order of, I guess going in the order of who joined. Local Geek. What do you got?
Oh, I didn't prepare myself for final thoughts today.
It's kind of like Christmas. It doesn't come every year.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm really tempted to go grab another one of those monsters because that first one was so good. But I think I'm gonna save them for another show.
Okay. Fair enough. Let's head down south to Rudeboy Kyle.
Yeah, it's another awesome show. Good, tasty beverages, and looking forward to the next time we'll do it again.
I bet you it's going to be real soon. Let's go over to Doc. He's out west next to the fireplace, staying cozy.
I'm good. I was just searching because I was trying to remember the name of that little liquor store. And when I'm doing a quick search here, apparently it says it's now called Casper's Bottle Shop, which I know was not the name then.
That is not correct.
And when I pull it up, the very first thing is there's a question that says, do you sell Foster's Premium Ale? And it says, sorry, we do not carry Foster's. It has premium in the title. Come on, people. Cheap campus beer.
So was it just called College Liquors?
Casper's Bar and the bottle shop.
No, the one you were talking about.
Friendly ghost of liquor distribution.
I don't remember what it was called when we were there, but now
Okay.
now
I found a news article that said the Down Under and College Liquors closed.
So yeah, it used to be called Campus Liquors.
Campus Liquors.
That's what it was. Campus Liquors. Yes.
Campus or College Liquors.
Campus
Yeah, one or the
Liquors.
other. Yep.
And now it's Casper's Bottle Shop, but they do not sell Foster's because it's a premium beer. Premium beer, not by my standards, but
I mean, Foster's is kind of considered the crap beer out of Australia anyway, so.
Australians don't drink it though.
Craft beer is a stretch for Foster's.
Yeah. So my final thought is nostalgia can take you down some really weird rabbit holes.
Just like this show. And joining us last but certainly not least, JS, your final thought for this episode.
Ooh, so I've been fixing a lot of things this week, and one of which was my nephew's pickup. He developed a severe oil leak and a massive water leak through his water pump. So he's 16, just got his first car. So my final thought would be is if you know how to do something, if you have the skill and have the knowledge, take the time to pass it on to the next generation so that they can learn how to do it. And then someday, hopefully, they can pass it on to the next generation. Because I can fix it for him and I'd have been done with it in 2 hours. But it took us 12. But now he knows how to remove an oil pan, put an oil pan gasket in. Now he knows how to change a water pump. Now he knows how to do all that. So it was worth it.
Well, good man, Jay.
Thank you.
And with those final thoughts, and for Howard Blues, who may he rest in peace with his eternal cold for not taking shots of whiskey and not taking a zinc. I'm still Mark Kidder, so thanks for joining us for this and every episode of Beer, Blues, and BS. Remember, there's free beer tomorrow. You got to keep your glass at least half full, and we will see you on down that 1, 2, 3 Tuscan Highway. Have a good one. See you in the next episode of Beer, Blues, and BS.
You have been listening to a UA production of Beer, Blues, and BS. If you enjoyed the show, help others find out about it by rating the show or leaving a review at your podcast listening service of choice. Thanks for listening, and may your glass never be empty. UA Productions presents A Glimpse Behind the Curtain.
Did you change a setting on Google Meet, Kidder, or is this just something new they implemented where the frame is like super zoomed in?
Wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Not that I complain. It's something I noticed.
I mean, I think it looks normal to me.
on at least my side, it's just showing like from shoulder to shoulder.
Well, I can see a monitor off to his right, and his mic boom extends beyond his right shoulder.
Okay, yep. There, now it's going.
Huh.
There's a little button I can click to shrink my tile, apparently, and it presses everything.
Shrink me, said nobody ever.
Well, I mean, it's for an Easter egg hunt public event, so.
There you go.
Watch out for the muskrats.
Yeah. I don't think I sent that to Curtis. Curtis, did I send that to you? The news article? No?
I know nothing about muskrats.
Oh, stand by.
Oh dear. I should have just said yes, yes. Yes.
Yep. Yes, you should have.
Bismarck's worst rodent.
You're famous.
Something like that.
I love how it like describes like the play-by-play too.
Well, you get the first-hand account.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think the Facebook post had a little more of the play-by-play than the news article did, though.
So that was that. I happened to, come up with the story, and then not only that, but link. After I saw that they shared it, then I did that. Which I don't know if you guys saw that either, but yeah, I figured you guys would like my
Melvin's miraculous migration to his motherland mansion.
Yeah.
If that's not alliteration, I don't know what it is.
It's a tongue
Thank you.
twister.
Thank you very much. I put as many things into that as I could, as many M's and all those things.
Starving Melvin.
That way you get all the meritorious muskrat miscellaneous media. Yeah, yes.